My name is Kirill Karabits, and I'm delighted to have been involved in this wonderful project. We have performed some of the music of Thomas de Hartmann before, and it has been very, very exciting to be part of this discovery, which I think only starts really now. In the last 15 years, this orchestra has been championing so much new music, and they are so willing and so curious about discovering the unknown.
Ephraim Marder, who is in charge of the Thomas de Hartmann project, approached us to put together a recording of de Hartmann's opera, Esther, on the biblical story of Esther. This group of singers that we've had here with Kirill Karabits and the Bournemouth Symphony the last week has been nothing short of extraordinary, and to some extent has even exceeded our expectations. So it's something really quite rewarding as well, and I trust that this recording will live a long and indeed fruitful life.
Creating something that's never been done before is a unique challenge that opera singers aren't really used to, because we're doing mostly pieces that have a history. However, not having a precedent is also what's exciting about it, because I can make it my own fully. And getting to play a female protagonist of this strength and integrity is really a joy for me.
You know the story. It's in a nutshell. It's the king decides that he needs some new wife. He gathers about 30 virgins, and Esther picks his eye out of the crowd, and he says, "Okay, you're going to be my wife." She is Jewish born. He doesn't know that, and his counselor, the evil Jafar from Aladdin, which is named Aman, I think Mordecai refuses to bow to him, and for that, he decides, eliminate all the Jewish people, no less. And Esther stood up to that. She's been sent by Mordecai to see the king, me, which is a big deal apparently, because if you were to approach a king unannounced, uninvited, you would be executed on the spot. That's been a thing, so she takes this risk, which is for a young girl is a big thing. But as a king, I am so enticed by her and charmed and all that, I forgive her and grant her wish, and the day is saved.
Well, I am Bernard Richter, and I have the chance to interpret and sing the role of Aman in this beautiful project of Esther, Thomas de Hartmann. I see a bit the bad guy in James Bond, you know, beautiful man with blue eyes, without empathy, but sensitive. And because there is beautiful lines, I mean that there is a beautiful song which become just a huge shout and cry of hate and need of murder. So it's quite strong.
My part, I really appreciated to sing, and I love to sing because it's so free and emotional. I have only small phrases, but for me it's very important that the melody I can hear the melody and the sound what composer create.
The music is rich and dense and has this depth to it that, even though I sing for a very short time, I think is very expressive, and to me was very emotional. The text is something like a prayer, which in the context of the piece is very easy to understand and approach. It's a story about people who feel perhaps alienated from God, who feel abandoned perhaps. This orchestra here is phenomenal, and our conductor, Kirill, is so clear with his physical gestures and his musical intentions. And at the same time, I felt he's very responsive to whatever I was putting into the room, and together we were able to create something, I think, special and very musical.
I just think it's wonderful that this piece came evidently from a brilliant mind in a very difficult situation, and out of it came something of beauty and profundity. I think it's important that we promote this music. It's not a piece that's well known. Everyone is, it's the first time it's being recorded properly, and it's important. And certainly in this time, the general message of the piece is so pertinent to where we are in the world today.
I've been part of this project for about 5 or 6 months, rediscovering this opera that has been long forgotten. I'm very glad to discover altogether the work and the universe of Thomas de Hartmann's extraordinary orchestration, and I find that super exciting to see Maestro Karabits' work, and all of my colleagues from especially the orchestra. It's such a rich sound. There's instrumentation is very, very filmic. I love it. Such a masterpiece of the quantity of musical information and the beauty of the sounds. The lines of Esther are just bombastic. I mean, I can't imagine this not to be a huge hit.
From a musical standpoint, there are so many different influences. We have influences like Poulenc and Debussy, but also sounds of Strauss and Korngold, and these kind of more dramatic and dense orchestrations with the impressionism of the French tradition.
It's such an interesting mixture of styles, and also knowing some of his early compositions, it's very interesting to observe how his music language and how his writing developed.
Something which I started experiencing only a day or two ago is the orchestral texture. Very rich, very cinematic in a way.
I think a lot of Péléas and Mélisande when I hear this music. And it's not really written in the same way. It doesn't develop in the same way, but there is this declamation all the time. And when I go through this part, or when I hear the king also singing this, I hear a lot of, Golo, Arkel, these kind of things.
I can hear sometimes like Strauss moments. I think also the choir is, wow, it's just like, oh my God, it's Verdi or something,
I hear all sorts of different composers in it.
There's some extraordinary flavor in it from the Nadia Boulanger school. Also, one feels the delicacy of the Debussyist pastel colors and all these atmospheres of filmic music.
It's easy always to say, it makes me think of Bernstein sometimes, Mahler, it's typical Debussy, at the end it's de Hartmann, and we have to listen to that really like de Hartmann wanted it.
This is sort of a historical document of the time period, which is unique because often when we do a premiere recording, it's a very new work, but of course we're doing the premiere recording 80 years out, and on top of it, the fact that the story is so relevant.
It's a unique feeling when you're conducting something and you feel a different and probably more deeper connection to the composer, because that music hasn't been done before, so this is very special.